In CallXpress 8.0, we've gone away from the concept of a telephone extension on a PBX that's connected to a subscriber mailbox. Prior to CallXpress 8.0, if you wanted to have multiple extensions on a mailbox, you would have to use a feature called alternate extensions. And there was really kind of a limitation to how those alternate extensions could be used. It could be a fax, it could be another extension number, or if it were, say, a cell phone or something like that, you could use the trusted logon feature, but that was pretty much about it. In CallXpress 8.0, what was just an extension is just another device. So I have my mailbox here, and I do have an extension number on it, and it's extension number 101. Now, if I wanted to add another device here, I would simply press Add, and I could say put in my company mobile. Now, each one of these categories you see here has templates set up a little bit differently for how speech works and how the ring timeout works if you're using something like availability. So I'm going to say company mobile and then put in my number. And notice, if I'm using speech, I have a bargain sensitivity for this device. Now, bargain means how sensitive is CallXpress going to be if I try to speak a word over a prompt or a recording. Typically, you're going to leave this at 0 unless the user has some sort of problem. Ring timeout is the number of seconds that CallXpress should use if you're using something like availability here, for CallXpress to take the call back and then do whatever else the mailbox was set up to do. And then, of course, whether or not this device is active. And that's really all you have to do to add another device. Within the devices, however, there is another setting that's kind of important. And that is the device type. Now, if you have Trusted Logon enabled, you'll see some other Trusted Logon options here. But they basically just mirror the other options right here. A voice means this is a standard type voice device, meaning if I get a forwarded call from this device, I should be taking a message. If I call in from this device and CallXpress is presented with my caller ID, I'm going to want to be logged into my mailbox, and what I'll hear is, please enter your password. Voice do not call means this would be a mailbox only device, meaning if I'm using availability or if I have just this type of device set, CallXpress should not try to transfer a call. This works identical to, in prior versions of CallXpress, what would be called a virtual mailbox or virtual extension. And then, of course, voice call out only means CallXpress is not supposed to acknowledge that this extension, or that it knows about this extension, if you're making a call into CallXpress. And you would use this for something like a home phone or maybe even a personal mobile, so that when you called into your company CallXpress, it didn't automatically try to log you into your mailbox. You can see where that would be kind of awkward if you had, say, your home phone set up as a device here so you could get calls at home. And then, of course, your wife or your kids called into your CallXpress system and then was greeted with, please enter your passcode. So what that does is only makes calls outbound. When it comes inbound, it acts like any other kind of call. Operator is a feature where if you get forwarded and you see the ID for this device, CallXpress will act like a regular voicemail system and ask you which mailbox you would like to leave a message for. And of course, operator do not call, same type of thing. This would be virtual. And lastly, is this a fax device? And if you have a fax server attached to CallXpress, specifically a write fax server, can I send or can I use this number to receive a fax on the subscriber's behalf?